Before we get started with today's video, I want to come out here and tell you guys on the Search Motive Garage website, which the link will be in the description below, I have merch out there for you guys. I've said it on Instagram. I've never posted it here on YouTube. We have Search Motive snapbacks. We have Search Motive t-shirts with logo on the back. If you've been ever wondered what's the best way to support this channel, this is the way. Go on the website, grab some merch, show your support. Shows me that you guys are loving the videos and it's going to help me pump out more content for you guys. Again, link in the description. Now enjoy today's video. What's up everyone, welcome back to the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that last video with the MPC content, because MPC came back, they hit me up and they said, hey, we were happy with that last video. You guys have been using the coupon code. If you didn't watch the last video, make sure you check it out. I'll leave a card somewhere over here. If you want to buy anything MPC Motorsport related, use the code Sergio in all caps. That gets you 10% off your order. So that was the last video. On this video, they're sending me, well, they sent me already a RSX subframe brace in the same polished look to finish off the rear end of this car, because we saw the polished control arms looked great, but it's just something is missing. Something was missing back there, either a subframe brace, either a tie bar. So they hit me up. They say, hey, we're going to send you out a subframe brace. We're going to install that. It's going to be such a simple install, guys. You can do this in like a half hour. I might even just time lapse the thing because that's how quick it's going to be. So here's our MPC subframe brace with supplied hardware, because the one thing I was looking at was when I was back there looking at my control arms, I said, yeah, I might have to get some new bolts. So check it out. With their subframe, the subframe brace, not the subframe brace, they give you all new hardware for your control arms and your sway bar links in the back. Well, not the sway bar links, the sway bar bushings. Supplied spacers, because this is not going to sit flush. Washers for the bolts, and we're pretty much set to go. The car is already jacked up, so we're just gonna go about this the way I'm looking about going about it, and you guys can do it too. You don't have to take your wheels off. Here's another look at the control arms in case you didn't watch the last video, which you guys really should, because this is the best RSX rear control arm install video with torque specs and the proper way to install them. All we're gonna have to do is remove this one 17mm bolt right here. These two looks like 12mm bolts on both sides. We're gonna have to do it obviously, and then we'll just throw the brace on and that's it. So honestly, we're just gonna do one side at a time. We'll probably start with these, take those off. Those will be easy. Pull this out, pull that side out. The arms may drop, they may not. The reason they may drop is because the weight of the tire. So if you wanted to take the wheel off, it would make it less likely for the control arms to drop, but it's not necessary. If they drop, all you're going to need is to put a jack underneath the control arm, lift it up a little bit to line it up, start throwing your bolts, and then the sway bar link bolt or the sway bar bushing bolts, the bracket, those can be thrown on at the end. But very simple install. It should be a quick video for you guys. just like that, it's installed. Took about 15-20 minutes max. That's just because I had to kind of move the control arms a little bit. The bushings are very stiff in place, so you kind of have to manipulate them out of the way. But I do want to address some key points that pretty much explains why MPC is that's the way to go with. That's the company to go with. So this setup it just looks so much better now. It's complete finally. Maybe a lower tie bar, maybe. I don't know yet. I'm not gonna push my luck, but I love the way this looks now. The nicer bolts, it just makes it look so much better. This sway bar might have to go. I mean, I do just go in a straight line with the car. I don't do a lot of spirited driving on the weekends. Maybe the occasional high-speed on-ramp, but this sway bar might have to go, some weight reduction, but I feel like it blocks the subframe brace a little bit too much. But back to the technical side. So when we go under here, you guys can see the spacer right back here. Yeah, you can kind of see it under there. All right, so you have to put the spacer here because, like I said, this doesn't sit flush. It'll sit flush here, but then it has an indent right here. So this would never sit flush. So that main spacer has to go on your main bolt right here for your control arm. Now, they did include 2 washers, as I don't know if you guys saw. Initially, I thought those washers went for this bolt right here, but it didn't fit. So I said, all right, maybe they sent me the wrong size washers. I added my own washer behind this bolt because this is just, I think it's a cap end bolt. It's not like a flange bolt like how these are. It has the built-in flange on it. It's just a bolt. So I added my own washer. I put those washers to the side. As I was tightening this down, I noticed a gap up here. It's kind of dark, but you can kind of see it's not flush. There is a little gap. And then those washers were the right size for our 12mm bolts right here. But there was no gap on this end right here. No gap here. There you go. This is flush. And then there was a slight gap right here. So then that got me thinking, well, what if I put that washer back there to take that gap up? Guess what? I'm almost positive that's what those 2 extra washers were for, was to take the gap up on here and then take the gap up on the other end on the top. The top 2 bolts for your sway bar brackets, you have to go behind the subframe because, again, it's not flush there. It's only flush at the bottom section right here. And then that's it. Then you could just run your normal flange bolts right here. No washers behind them needed because they're flange bolts. If you're wondering, this is an M12 washer. So if you guys want to add your own washer, you can. It's just an M12 washer. You can get that any hardware store. The bolts went from a 17 to now a 19mm head, and then these stayed as 12. This gets torqued down to 43. I just put it to 45 on my torque wrench. Again, if you saw the control arm video, I torque it when there's weight on the control arm so they can pretty much be as level as possible. And that is it. I just like this look right here. Just like staring at it, the whole rear end is, I mean, it's what they consider silver, but in person, it's really close to polished. I just love this look. MPC, thank you again. Again, if you guys want anything MPC related, does not have to be suspension components. Could be their dress-up bolts. Could be their engine hardware dress-up. So they have like oil caps. I believe they have spark plug covers. They have ECU covers. They even have for the Odyssey PC 800. Don't quote me on that. For the small Odyssey battery, they have a billet aluminum battery bracket. Like, they have so many things you can choose from. Use code Sergio, get 10% off, or just show them that you support the channel by hitting them up on Instagram, dropping a like on any of their pictures, commenting on any of their pictures that you found them, or you support Search Motive, and so now you're supporting them. Go show them some love, guys, because they're showing the channel a lot of love, and I look forward to working with them more in the future. But that's going to wrap up today's video. Something quick for you guys, something new that we get to do on the car, changing it up a little bit more. And just, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I have a lot more content coming. If you did see the promo at the beginning of this video, link in the description for my website. I have my merch there if you want to support me in other ways. You can buy my RSX charge harness there, jumper harnesses, ground kits, a lot of stuff for the RSX. All of that goes right back into this channel so I can keep making content for you guys. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Stay motivated and keep making those streets louder.